seconds. Maybe less.
Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. If I stole somebody else.
Welcome to the Hood. This is 104.1 FM, WXRW, River West Radio. You are now officially in the Hood. I'm your host, William Duvall, and I've got a guest today here in studio. Welcome to the Hood, Don.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
Wonderful day living the life.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Well, let's just get right into it. You know what the show's about, and how old were you when you got arrested for the first time?
Late 30s, early 40s.
Late 30s, early 40s. And have you been to prison?
Yes, twice.
How much time did you spend there?
Approximately 6 years.
6 years. When were you released?
October of 17.
October of 2017. Okay. Are you still on probation or parole?
Nope.
Nope. Well, I've got a little over a year left on my probation, and I'm looking forward to finishing that up.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. I know it's. I was taken into custody just a couple months ago on a PO hold
I believe it.
for driving my vehicle to the scheduled appointment with my PO. Wasn't supposed to be driving.
Are you wearing a bracelet?
No, I don't. I'm not required to wear a bracelet.
Just curious.
No.
I had to wear one for a year.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Scram bracelets, but no bracelets. I've got a IID in my car, breathalyzer. Yeah, and I had to carry one around for about 90 days. She gave me that as a punishment, not because I was drinking, not because I tested dirty, just to punish. She didn't have anything else to punish me with. I wasn't charged with anything. She was just angry at me because I was late to the appointment, and she found out that I had driven there.
Yeah,
But now I've got my license, so I'm all good.
I know that feeling. I know a few people that's on the breathalyzer in their vehicles, and they hate it, mainly because they're still practicing alcoholics.
Yeah.
And they know they can't drink at all when they're driving, so they always got to have somebody else drive them around. Unfortunately, I'm one of those guys that do it, because I have to keep gas in my vehicle, and that's one way I get it. So, but anyway, yeah, good luck with that getting off in a year, because I had 5 years of probation. It took me 11 years.
Now let's talk about that. Now, 5 years of probation. Why did it take 11 years?
Part of it was, I'm sure, and I've been told by lawyers that I was a political pawn when I got my case, because the state's attorney was running for re-election, and I was the perfect fall guy because of my crime, and because I was white, poor, and disabled. I had the big three.
And when you say disabled, are you referring to your missing left arm?
I'm referring to that and other things that I've got.
Okay.
Other afflictions. A lot of it, the arm isn't due to any drinking or drugging, but some of the other afflictions I have are from 20-some years of using and drinking a lot. Living on the streets, being a bum.
Are you drinking now?
Been sober for 24 years.
24 years. Congratulations, man. That's something. I know it's something. My sponsor as I think he's got 26 years. Peter Glynn.
I know Peter.
I've got 6 months.
Cool. Hey, every day's a day.
That's right. And I
And
feel
that's all we've got is today.
it's an interesting saying, and there's a lot of truth to it. And focusing on the present and on today is key. It's important. It sounds simple, but and it is simple, but it's hard to do, to practice when you're caught up in, using, drinking, drugging, whatever it is.
In reality.
Yeah. Well, I feel good right now, and things are going well. Let me ask you about. So, how long did you spend in when you were released on? Did you say 2017?
Yeah.
How long had you been inside on that run?
That particular time I was in for 2 years and 10 months.
2 years and 10 months. And where were you located?
I did 11 months in MSDF.
And MSDF is the Metropolitan Secure Detention Facility?
Milwaukee Detention.
MS.
Milwaukee Secure Detention Facility, which is a state.
It's right downtown.
Yep.
It's on like 10th and State, right? Or something like that. It's right across from the Milwaukee County Jail.
It's a building in a building.
It's a building inside of a building. How many people are in there? Like 1,500? It's a state facility.
On average, and the main floors where the people are housed, it's always overcrowded. It's a cesspool. It's a cesspool. I'm surprised. I seen a couple people die when I was in there. Literally, they was pulled out of their cells dead. It's not a fun place to be.
I've never been there.
It's as close to being in max as you can get without being in max.
So is that considered, though, a maximum security building or facility, jail?
I would say the way they run it, yes. But you got everything in there. You got everything from your pickpockets and your shoplifters,
drug addicts,
all the way up to scale to murderers and rapists and the really bad people.
Yeah. Now, why were you at MSDF as opposed to some other facility up north in the state?
MSDF is a holding place, and they got one down in down by Racine.
Okay.
There's another town not down there that has a very similar building, but you're housed there while the state decides to do what they're going to do with you.
Okay.
And if you're like me, I was a felon. The first time I went in, it was to figure out what programs they were going to put me in, what facilities I had needed to go to, and everybody goes from MSDF to Dodge.
To Dodge, up
Yeah.
north.
Yeah, go up north to Dodge, and Dodge is pretty much a security facility, a max. I would consider they got a max part and they got regular part, but it's pretty much a very secure facility because you got everybody in there too.
Yeah. Were you up at Dodge?
I was up at Dodge for 6 weeks. 3 weeks the last time, 6 weeks first time.
Okay. So when you were at, when you were up at Dodge, did you get threatened at all? Were you, what was it like?
I think because I was disabled, they took a little different care of me because I was disabled. For a while, I had a single cell in Dodge, and then when they did put somebody in with me, it was somebody with a low risk crime that was not a physical danger.
Okay.
Maybe verbal.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes people find out what you did, and different people have different attitudes about what people do.
What were the jail guards like there?
Jail guards were pricks.
Jail guards were pricks.
I mean, because they got rules to follow, and they make everybody follow them no matter what. You got to toe the line. You got to walk a straight line. If you're going somewhere, if they're taking you in that facility to somewhere else, you got to have a guard with you.
Right.
If you go out of there, no matter what level you are, you're completely shackled. Like I had a heart attack when I was in there.
You did.
Not in Dodge, but in New Lisbon. I had a heart attack, and they took me out. I was completely shackled in the ambulance
Yeah.
with 2 guards, and I was shackled to the gurney.
Right. How old were you at the time?
56 probably.
How old are you now?
68.
68. Okay. What about at MSDF? What were the guards like at MSDF?
Some of them were just, I want to say, political assholes. They were there for a job and get the money. There were a few that actually gave a shit about people.
We have to watch our language
Oh,
on the air. FAA,
Sorry,
That's all right.
but but they actually cared about people. Because when the last time I was in MSDF, I had signed myself in just so I could get off the paper. That was the only way I was going to get off of it. Because I still had 3 years to finish, to complete. Almost 3 years, just a little less than 3 years. But I got into a fight in my cell with the regular people,
What do you mean the regular people?
the regular inmates.
Okay.
Just
So you got into
the gamut of whatever's there
so you got into a fight with somebody
in my cell.
your cellmate.
One of my cellmates I was in a cell with 3 other guys.
So there are 4 of you in this cell.
4 in a cell, and I got into it. One of them, he had me by the throat. I grabbed him.
Did you have one arm at the time?
Oh yeah, I've been this way for 50 years.
You've been with one arm for 50 years. Okay, go ahead.
So he's got me by the throat, and I grabbed him somewhere where I won't say on here because FCC.
You can say it in other words, but I get it.
But the door was open, and one of the lieutenants, one of the COs, happened to see it, and came over and broke us up. Put him in the hole, took me down to the nut ward on the 3rd floor, the psych ward, and to get me evaluated because of the way I was acting to get released from this guy's having my throat. Thought I was crazy because of what I did. And so he took me down there, evaluated me. I was down there for about a week. And it's the only floor in there that's air conditioned.
The floor that's the mental health floor.
The mental health floor
With
is air conditioned.
It's the only floor that's air conditioned.
Other than the offices and stuff. But as far as for the inmates,
There's no air conditioning.
Nope.
Is this MSDF? Where was this?
this is downtown.
This is at MSDF downtown here.
It's like I said, it's a cesspool. In the summertime, when it's 90 degrees outside, it's probably 115 in there. And
Damn.
there's no moving air other than fans. And because it's a building inside a building, there's no windows. You can't see if it was daylight or not. You can't tell what time of day it is.
Now explain that. What do you mean by a building inside of a building? I've heard this before.
They built a building around a building.
So there's essentially another
a
perimeter of a building
Complete
around.
building inside, and then they built another frame of a building around it.
So the frame around it, does it have hallways and offices and
I-
rooms, or is it just
I
a
have
just
no
a
idea.
shell?
I think
Around
it's just a shell. I don't know. I've
Oh.
never seen it. I've never been in it. I mean, because when you're inside, you can't see out, and even when they take you out, you're going out through the downstairs through the tunnel, what they call the tunnel,
Right.
where the bus comes in and picks you up, or vans take you out, or the POs or police bring you in,
Right.
turn you in.
Right.
Even if you turn yourself in and go in the front door, you still got to get in a van and go around back
Okay.
to get put in there.
To go through booking or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's crazy.
So what was the mental health unit like?
Mental health unit was
Apart from being air conditioned, which is probably kind of nice if it was summertime, if it was hot.
well, it was approximately April when I was in there,
Okay.
latter part of April, and I was cleared to be in there. You're locked in your cell every other hour throughout the day
Every other hour, so an
Yeah.
hour in, an hour out, hour in, hour out,
until 10 o'clock, and then you're locked in.
and
till
then you're
6
locked
the
in,
morning.
right, overnight.
But it's all 2-man cells pretty much. And once I got cleared, the the main sergeant, the guy in charge of the floor, he kind of pulled me aside. He says, "You've been here before, haven't you?" I said, "Yeah, I was here a couple of years ago." I said, "I never made it down here. I stayed up on the fourth floor." He says, "You know, it's fixing to get summertime, and you're going to be here for a while till the state figures out where you're going.
Right.
So if you want, you can stay down here. Air conditioned. I'll make sure you got your cell is over where you can see a TV. I'll make sure that you get clothes and shampoo and stuff you need to take care of yourself. And and there's no reason for you to go back upstairs. You can go back up there if you want to,
Right.
but it's comfortable down here." How stupid are you, Ulysses? I looked around. I said, there's a couple crazies here, but I can deal with them.
Right.
I get along with most of these people on this floor.
Okay.
And that was where I seen one of the people die. That he drug out of his cell.
What happened?
He's old. I think his body just gave out.
How old was he?
70s,
Okay.
late 70s, I'd say.
Jeez.
But it is what it is. And he probably was probably ready. He was probably ready. I mean, he was very quiet. He's one of those people that you never knew was there. He very rarely come out of his cell except to eat or take a shower.
Yeah.
Uh,
How's the food at MSDF?
Tolerable.
Tolerable?
Tolerable. It ain't great, but it's tolerable.
Okay.
They do feed you. And depending on where you're at in that facility, sometimes you can actually get it seconds. So I won't say I lost weight, but I was able to eat well.
Did you have people sending you stuff through canteen or anything?
No, for two reasons. One, you can do it, but anything that you got left, you can't take with you when you go to Dodge.
Right.
So you're kind of stupid. And any money that you have, on the books, does get transferred, but sometimes it takes a while for it to catch up with you.
Right.
So you're pretty stuck to living on what they've got there, which is you're pretty much drinking water or Kool-Aid or milk.
Right.
And you might get lucky and get a cup of coffee in the morning.
Well, that's the thing through canteen. You can order coffee or stuff like that.
You can if you do that, but I didn't do that till I got up to New Lisbon.
Up north.
Yeah, I mean I didn't even get nothing in Dodge when I was there. I waited till I got to New Lisbon, which I did time in Lisbon twice on this case. Did 20 months the first time, and I think 19 months the second time. Because I'd done so much time between Dodge and MSDF that I didn't have a lot of time left.
Okay. Now, when you got released and you were on paper, as they say, which is were you on parole or probation?
Probation.
Probation. What was your probation officer like? Man or woman, first of all?
I've had both. Men and women, mostly women.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, for some unknown reason, over that 11 years that I was technically on paper, I had 8 different POs.
8.
And if I got friendly with one where, they trusted me, I trusted them, boom, they'd pull and give me a different one. And I think a lot of that is their control over us, the people that's on paper.
What do you mean?
Well, they want, like you were saying earlier, they want to find things that you do wrong because you got so many rules you got to follow. And if they think that you're breaking a rule, whether you're breaking it or not, they're going to try to prove you are. And their job is to not so much to rehabilitate you, but it's kind of like all these new rehabs that's opened up, all these new places for recovery from alcohol and drugs. They're all a revolving door. It's all about money. It's all about do re mi.
Well, the jail facilities, the individual buildings are becoming privatized. Like the House of Corrections in Franklin, which has been renamed the Community Reintegration Center, is now a privately owned property.
So it's not Dodge County no more.
The House of Corrections in Franklin, which is just 25 minutes from here
Yeah, I know.
in Franklin.
Wasn't that Dodge County Jail?
Dodge County Jail?
I mean, Milwaukee County Jail.
Milwaukee County Jail.
They
Milwaukee
renamed it.
County House of Corrections.
I didn't even know they renamed it.
HOC.
I spent 7 weeks there.
Yeah.
Early on, and that place is a whole too.
It's been they have dormitories there, or 60-man dormitories, and there's a few
Yeah.
female dorms as well, but
All bunk beds.
all bunk beds, right? That's now privately owned.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So there's got to be, incentives to bring people back. So do you think that your probation officer was, making an effort to find things wrong that you were doing wrong? And were you ever taken into custody on a PO hold?
Yes, once.
Once.
Once the first time. I was 6 months away from having my 5 years done.
From completing your probation, your paper.
Completing my paper.
6
And-
months away. You'd
and-
put in 4.5 years.
Going to counseling, going to these different groups that they force you to go to. They're mandatory twice a week.
Right.
Seeing my PO once a week, and I was doing this all on a bicycle.
Here in Milwaukee.
I'd go out on Port Washington Road from the east side of Milwaukee on a bicycle when it was in a snowstorm, because I could not afford to miss being there.
Right. You
I
can't
didn't have
miss.
the money to ride a bus, so I had to get there somehow, and I rode a bicycle. And they thought I was nuts. You got to be crazy doing this, on a bicycle. It's just, I got to be here.
Right. So you tell me about the PO hold. What happened?
I was in group, and I was in with a bunch of other felons, and some of them were going to be lifetime felons. They're going to be lifetime on paper. And I was, and the facilitator of the group came in one day and he says, you're getting pretty close to getting released. He says, you've got a ton, and I mean a ton, of rules that you're supposed to be following. And I had 200 and some rules. And he said, you've had to break some of them. There's no way in hell you're human. You've had to break some of them, and we're going to find out if you did or not, because you're going to take a lie detector test.
What?
A lie detector test to...
Did they make you take a lie detector test?
2 of them.
When you were 6 months from completion of your probation?
Yep.
So they were like making a concerted effort to see if you had broken a rule
Yeah.
over the past 4.5 years.
Yeah. But the lie detector test came later, while I was on a PO hold, and I passed both of them because I was honest, because I was in the AA program, and that's our sworn duty to be brutally honest.
Okay.
And so I was brutally honest with them, and it was like, okay. But the facilitator, he's pushing me. He's pushing me. He's backing me into a corner. I know you've done something. You might as well just fess up now and get it out and get it over with. And he pushed me to the point to where I was ready to do one of 3 things. I was either going to have a heart attack, I was going to punch him in his freaking mouth,
Okay.
which would have put me in jail anyway,
Right.
or I was just going to blurt out what I did.
Okay.
And
What'd you do?
I chose the latter of the 3. I had a girlfriend that I wasn't supposed to have because she wouldn't have probably been approved.
You weren't supposed to have a girlfriend? That was a rule?
I could have one, but it was supposed to be approved. I was
Ah.
supposed to bring them in, and it wasn't, and she couldn't be a junkie. She couldn't be a drunk.
Uh-huh.
She had to be, straight A, Christian,
Right.
whatever
Okay.
they decided.
And your PO had to approve of her.
Yes, and I'd been with her for like 3 years.
So
and
you
she was a user, but she was off and on. She was trying to get the program. She was vicariously living the program through me by living with me. But
okay.
she ended up with cancer. And while I was in the first time, while I was in prison the first time, either she got a bad dose or she committed suicide. She was a junkie. She had too much pain from having cancer, and she wouldn't have the surgery on her jaw that she needed to have it cut out. So while I was gone, she died. A friend of mine waited till like 3 months before I got released to tell me, because he didn't want me to do nothing stupid in jail to keep me.
So let me hang on back to the part where your facilitator of your group wanted you to fess up, and you had a girlfriend. Now, was she alive or dead at this point when
She
you
was
fessed
alive.
up?
She was alive.
Okay.
She was living with me.
Okay, gotcha. I'm confused. When did she pass?
While I was in prison.
The second time, or was
First time.
The-
While I was in first time.
okay?
She was the reason what they considered my probation violation
Uh-huh.
to send me to prison. Because I lied and had a girlfriend.
So they revoked your
They revoked my probation
probation and
and sent
put
me to
you.
prison.
And how much did you have to complete then? How much of a sentence?
I did 2.5 years that time.
After being on paper for 4.5 years of probation, you had 6 months to go. They revoke you.
Yep.
And put you in jail, in prison for
2.5 years.
And a half
a little over 2.5 years.
You see, this is where I think with this whole, trying to determine if you've broken any rules in order to revoke your probation and send you back to jail, because it's a money-making system. They want customers.
Yep.
Because they get paid.
Yep.
The
There's people graduating every all the time from MATC.
Well, I'm sorry.
Milwaukee.
Right, I know Milwaukee Area
School.
Technical College, but
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
They graduate as social workers, or
Okay.
and that's their job. That's what they learn in college, is to be a probation officer.
Oh, okay. So MATC is cranking out POs,
Yep.
probation officers,
Yep, they're cracking them out left and right.
or they're social workers.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And they're all book smart. They don't know people. They learn on the job.
Right.
They learn how to deal with people on the job.
Yeah.
And there are some nice ones in there, but most of them are not so nice.
Yeah, that's interesting that you that they.
I mean, everything I'm saying is just from my experience and my opinion. It may not be true fact, but this is how I see it and how I've lived it.
Well, yeah, this is your experience. This is what's happened to you. You were revoked after 4.5 years of probation. You didn't go out and commit some crime. You didn't overtly violate the terms of your supervision, aka probation, that they discovered. They wanted you to fess up and confess to having broken a rule. And the rule was having a girlfriend, for gosh sakes. How ridiculous is that?
It is.
That's our jail system. That's our court system for you. Well, Don, thank you for being on the show. We're out of time. I appreciate it. Maybe you'll consider coming back in again and talking with me some more.
I just might.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. This has been The Hood.